Before the world was mapped, before science tried to explain the unknown, stories were how we made sense of the darkness. Tonight we step into 5 legends whispered across cultures and centuries, tales of grief, hunger, trickery, and restless spirits. Each one carries a warning, if you're willing to listen. Our journey begins along the rivers of Mexico, where the night air carries a chilling cry. They call her La Llorona, the weeping woman. Long ago, she was said to be a mother named Maria, who, in a moment of despair and betrayal by an unfaithful ranchero, drowned her own children. Realizing what she had done, she was consumed by grief and took her own life. But death did not bring peace. To the Nahua people, she is a memory of the goddess Cihuacoatl, a savage beast and an evil omen who appeared in white weeping and wailing as a forewarning of war and conquest. Now her spirit wanders riverbanks and waterways, crying out, "I miss Hijos, my children," into the void. Those who hear her wails are warned, do not follow the sound, because La Llorona is said to mistake the living for her own and drag them into the water. Some say her cries grow louder the closer she gets, while others swear they sound more distant as she draws near. The weeping woman of the river. If you're ever standing beside a river at night and hear a woman crying, don't follow the sound. For centuries, people across Mexico and the American Southwest have told the story of La Llorona, the weeping woman. They say she wanders lonely riverbanks, forever searching for the children she lost. Her cries drift through the darkness, drawing the curious closer. Parents have warned children to stay away from rivers after sunset for generations. Whether the legend began as a ghost story or as a way to keep people safe from dangerous waters, no one knows for certain. But if you ever hear crying when no one should be, keep walking. Because some legends are remembered for a reason. Follow stories that scare for more legends, folklore, and mysteries. The waters remember, and so does she. As we move north into the frozen forests of North America, here, hunger takes on a different form. The Wendigo is not just a creature, it is a curse born from the oral history of the Algonquian-speaking tribes. Born from desperation and greed, it is said to possess those who commit acts of cannibalism or give in to an insatiable hunger during the brutal subarctic winters. Once human, the Wendigo becomes something else entirely, towering, sometimes 15 feet tall, with desiccated skin pulled tight over bone. Its lips are chewed or missing because it has eaten them in its own madness. The colder the winter, the stronger it grows, and every time it eats, it grows in proportion to its meal, so it can never be full. It is the personification of selfishness, a spirit with a heart of ice that smells of rotting flesh. And if you hear something calling your name from deep within the woods, it may already be too late. The mountain entity. What should you do if you hear your name echo through the mountains? Don't answer. Deep in North America's northern forests, something listens. The dreaded Wendigo, a towering skeletal figure with impossibly long limbs. While an NBA center stands around 7 feet, legend says the Wendigo can reach nearly 14. Not exactly draft material. It moves silently through the trees, waiting for you to hesitate. Then you hear a familiar voice. Your name just behind you, just out of sight, drawing you deeper. And if you see a pale figure between the trees, it's already too close. Whether spirit or warning, one truth remains. Respect the wilderness. Never let greed consume you. If the mountains fall silent, no wind, no birds. And your name drifts through the trees, too clear, too close. Keep walking. Follow stories that scare for more legends, folklore, and mysteries. In the frozen dark, hunger never truly dies. But not all legends are born from fear alone. Some are born from mischief. Across the American West, travelers once spoke of a strange creature darting through the plains, the jackalope. Part jackrabbit, part antelope, this elusive trickster was actually the brainchild of Douglas Herrick and his brother in 1932. They were teenage taxidermists in Douglas, Wyoming, who tossed a rabbit carcass next to some deer antlers and saw a legend in the accidental pairing. They sold that first mount for $10 to Roy Ball, who put it in the Levante Hotel, and a frontier icon was born. While scientists say sightings of horned hares might just be rabbits with the Shope papilloma virus, the people of Douglas chose to believe in the music. They said the jackalope could mimic human voices, singing a gentle tenor along with campfire cowboys. They even issue hunting licenses for June 31st, a day that never comes. Whether real or imagined, the jackalope remains a reminder that not everything in the wild can be explained, and sometimes the strangest stories are the ones people swear are true.
Wyoming Time Bandit.
They say if you glimpse a creature with antlers slipping through the sagebrush, you should turn back.
Because once you follow it even briefly, you've already lost.
It doesn't run from you. It leads you, drawing you deeper until time is wasted on something you'll never catch. It's the jackalope, the elusive trickster of Wyoming and the American West. A strange creature said to resemble a jackrabbit with deer antlers. Many wonder what those antlers are for. Perhaps they're not weapons. Perhaps they're meant to be seen just long enough to make you follow. The strange thing isn't seeing one. It's what happens after. Witnesses describe a brief glimpse, a flick of an ear, a flash of antler, just enough to think, I can catch it, so they follow. But it always stays just ahead. Minutes become hours. By the time they stop, they're miles from where they started. Some say that's the jackalope's true trick. Not harming you, just making you chase something you were never meant to catch. The prairie keeps its secrets well. Now we cross the ocean into the murky waters of England's countryside. Here lurks Jenny Greenteeth, a figure of Lancastrian lore. She hides beneath the surface of ponds, stagnant canals, and deep wells, her green hair tangled with weeds, her eyes watching from below. She is often seen where the duckweed forms a thick, deceptive mat, looking like solid ground but acting as a trap. Children were warned never to wander too close to the water's edge, because Jenny waits with long, bony arms and razor-sharp teeth. When she strikes, she pulls her victims beneath the surface into the cold, dark depths where no one can hear them scream. Some say she is a memory of ancient sacrificial practices, a river hag meant to punish curiosity and disobedience. Others believe she is still there, blending in with the reeds, waiting for a single misstep. The Water Goblin of Lincolnshire. There's an old legend that says if you stand too close to the water, something beneath the surface is watching you. For generations, parents in Lincolnshire and parts of Cheshire, England, warned children about a creature hiding beneath ponds and marshes. They called her Jenny Greenteeth. Hidden among floating algae and tangled green weeds, the sinister water spirit waited for anyone who had wandered too close. If a child leaned over the edge, Jenny would seize their ankles and drag them beneath the surface. Some legends say she drowned her victims. Others claim she carried them to a hidden underwater lair, where they were never seen again. Whether she's real or simply a warning, Jenny Greenteeth taught generations of children to fear dangerous water. So next time you pass a pond covered in thick green weeds, remember, sometimes the oldest warnings become the darkest legends. Stay back from the edge. You never know what's below. These are the tales whispered in darkness. They are the legends that remind us some stories never die, they only wait. These accounts survive because they speak to the deep fears we all share. If you found these legends as haunting as I did, share this story with someone who isn't afraid of the dark.
The man who searches for bones.
In the American South sits the Caesars Superdome, but not long ago, this ground lay silent.
One man tended it.
His name is Lost. They call him the Graveyard Guardian. Although he's been dead for over a century, he seems to have a new job to search, find, and return the moved bones. I can only guess what his LinkedIn profile looks like. Before the stadium, this land held Girard Street Cemetery, one of New Orleans' oldest burial grounds. More than 2,000 souls lay beneath it. In 1957, the cemetery closed, Graves were moved to make way for the stadium, but not every name matched a body, and some say not every soul found its way home. So if you hear your name whispered from the shadows, don't answer, because the graveyard guardian is still searching, and he doesn't always get it right.